Namaskar, this is Dr. Alka Singh from Dr. Ram Manohar Lohia, National Law University, Lucknow, and I extend my hearty greetings to the organizing team, all the members who have been very active, very thoughtful in organizing this international seminar on a very important topic where we all have hailed together to understand and learn and find our spaces apt and research is innovative while talking and while debating and discussing on building nations identity. I am deliberating on nations identity, building nations identity via reinterpreting Indian knowledge system. Respected chair, distinguished scholars, esteemed colleagues, and dear participants, indeed, it is an honor to address and to discuss this important vision of building nations identity on such an important and resonating theme that have been always there as bedrock of our civilizational journey. While talking about this reinterpretation of Indian knowledge system, I would rather start uh, with an important invocation from the Rig Veda that says Sangacham Dhvam Samvadhvam Sang Vo Manasi Janatam Deva Bhagam Yatha Purve Sanjanana Upasate. That means let us move together, speak together, and let our minds be united, and just as the gods of old united in worship. So, this call for unity, you see, is not merely spiritual, it is profoundly national, and it reminds us that identity is forged when minds, hearts, and actions converge. So, while framing the context and while trying to understand the overall perspective of this international seminar, where we'll be talking about recreating nations' identity, building nations' identity via literature, film, and media, I found my talk apt towards the interpretation of Indian knowledge system. And while talking about Indian knowledge system, I would say that you see, nation's identity is not a fixed monument, it is a living river, and it flows through traditions, reforms, and of course, reinterpretations come into picture when we talk about the classics of the Indian knowledge systems, because India's identity has always been plural, layered, and civilizational. And unlike nation states built on narrow boundaries, India's identity, Bharat, rests on a civilizational continuum stretching from the Vedas to the present, from Nalanda to AI laboratories, and from village square to the global stage. The Indian knowledge system is actually the bedrock of the identity of Bharat, and it integrates philosophy, science, art, ethics, and spirituality. And yet, the challenge before us is the reinterpretation, which is very fertile, which is pregnated with a plethora of thoughts and ideas. So, it is very important as part of our innovation, researches, and unusual insights to understand that how do we make Indian knowledge system relevant for today's youth, for education, for policymakers, for global challenges, and everything all that may be related with this important institution. So, when I was just thinking and deliberating about this topic, frankly speaking, I just thought this term truth, truth itself, as a conceptual model towards the interpretation of the Indian knowledge system, where its structure and its reflections that come into picture. For instance, if I speak of the very first letter T, that is tradition. T stands for tradition, which is rooted in Vedas, Upanishads, epics, and classical texts. So these are not relics but living sources of wisdom. Similarly, R stands for reform, and we may see that in the Indian social structure, in our political structure, right from Buddha to Ambedkar, India has reinterpreted knowledge for social justice and inclusivity. Taking about U from the term truth, U stands for unity, which is the civilizational ethos of Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam and the world as one family. So this anchors national identity in universalism. Similarly, this T again in truth stands for technology, where knowledge must adapt to digital paradigms, looking at the contemporary Indian scenario and its development. So AI and scientific innovation, etc., must be seen as an adaptive and be adept as part of the skill development. So IKS must converse with modern science. H stands for harmony, which is diversity, harmony of diversity, religion, linguistic, regional, and this must be woven into one harmonious national fabric. So this framework, the term itself, truth, is a term that reflects a conceptual model, a framework that shows the reinterpretation is not a kind of a rejection, but renewal, I would say, and it is about carrying tradition forward with reform, with unity, technology, and harmony. Similarly, while a take on historical anchors, I would say, if we trace from ancient India, Nalanda, Takshila, they were not just universities, they were the global hubs of knowledge exchange. Similarly, coming down to the line of this journey in medieval India, we can see Bhakti and Sufi tradition reinterpreted spirituality to build bridges across communities. In modern India, Gandhi reinterpreted dharma as non-violence. Tagore envisioned cultural nationalism rooted in creativity. And today's India, contemporary India, has seen NEP 2020 and Amrit Bharat as a vision where education is rooted in Indian knowledge system and yet future ready, blending tradition with innovation. So each era, every period shows reinterpretation as the key to sustainable and sustaining identity. So while reinterpreting Indian knowledge system for national identity, as student, as teacher, as researcher, we may explore how reinterpretation can strengthen national identity. For instance, philosophy. While talking about philosophy, I would say dharma becomes ethical citizenship, where responsibility towards society and environment is important. Talking about science, I would say Ayurveda, astronomy, mathematics. They are not just heritage but living sciences to be integrated with modern researches. Talking about arts, I would say classical music, dance, literature, and as we have named in the very title of our international seminar, literature and films, they are carriers of identity of the self, identity of the society, family, and nation, shaping cultural confidence. Similarly, language, Sanskrit has been a unified thread. Regional languages as vibrant expressions of diversity. While talking about policy, embedding IKS, I mean Indian knowledge system, in curricula, research, and innovation, of course, this ensures continuity and relevance. And as the saying goes, a nation is built not only by its economy but by the stories it tells itself. So IKS provides these stories of resilience, stories of creativity, innovation, and unity, of course. This has a global relevance as well. India's national identity is rooted, of course, locally, but yet this resonates globally. Concepts like yoga, ahimsa, vasudhaiv kutumbakam, they have already become universal, and by reinterpreting Indian knowledge system, India positions itself as a civilizational leader offering pathways to peace, sustainability, and harmony in a fractured world. So I would say that when we are talking about building nations' identity, and when we are taking a special perspective of the reinterpretation of Indian knowledge system, I would say that this is a clarion call for the scholars, teachers, students, and researchers to reinterpret these classics and not just preserve one thing. Second, youth must innovate with the IKS as foundational text. And third, policymakers must integrate Indian knowledge system into governance and education. And then we would definitely somewhere come to understand that national identity is not given, it is not a predetermined destiny, it is built, and it is built through reinterpretation. And what is better than reinterpretation of Indian knowledge system? So let me close with a very profound declaration from Athar Veda, that speaks that the earth is my mother and I am her son. So that is the essence of national identity, where there is a reverence for the motherland rooted in Indian knowledge system and yet open to the world. So you see, national identity is an is something that honors tradition, embraces reforms, fosters unity, harness technology, and sustains harmony. So this is not just India's journey, but a hope for the humanity, a progressive society, and the sustenance to the mankind, sustenance of the planet Earth. Thank you so much. Thank you for the पेशेंट लिसनिंग। नमस्कार, और आप सभी को बहुत बहुत बधाई और शुभकामनाएं।